When I first started collecting Warhammer, I used to watch videos of people with insane piles of shame and think, oh, I would never let it get that bad. Well, a few years later, I counted mine, and it was worse. Hi! Throughout the video, there'll be a counter keeping track of how many models are in my pile of shame. Let's see how bad my financial decisions were. The Grey Knights are the smallest force I currently collect. In a lot of video games, I usually gravitate towards the spellcaster classes. And I'm not gonna lie, if I knew the Grey Knights existed at the start of my Warhammer journey, they might have ended up becoming my first army instead of regular Space Marines. I just think magic is cool. Yeah, the Dread Knights are kinda stupid looking, he looks like he's in a baby carrier, but I actually like some of the sillier looking models. I'm in the same camp as Paul. I like Centurions, I have 6 of them. I know it's an unpopular opinion, but I don't care. I hope they don't get Primaris versions. Also, a heads up, some of the minis you will see throughout the video are painted. These armies were bought secondhand, but I will strip them and paint them eventually, so they count in the pile. The total count of Grey Knights is sitting at 29. The only reason I don't have more is I have a strong feeling that they're going to update the models eventually to Primaris size, so I don't want to get too invested in them yet. Surprisingly, I don't have a lot of Space Marines. It's actually really small compared to some of the other armies I have, but I do have some heavy hitters like the Stormhawk Interceptor and Predator Tank. But most of it comes from the Leviathan and Indominus boxes, which I split the Necron and Tyranid halves with a friend. I have made progress on these. Some of the stuff from these boxes are painted, but I'm a slow painter. I paint at like 2% the speed of Jay from Eons of Battle, so it takes me a while, but all these guys are becoming Iron Hand Space Marines, as you can probably tell by the Iron Hand stuff. Because I can't go a single video without mentioning the Iron Hands at least once, right? Space Marines make up 35 models, bringing our total to 64, which is just a drop in the bucket compared to some of the other armies I have coming up. Except this one. It's a single Doom Crawler. I don't know why I have this. Is it a bad sign if I don't remember where I got this from? Remember that Indominus half of Necrons I said went to a friend? I lied. Besides those ones, most of the other Necrons come from a mini swap purchase on Reddit. Yeah, these guys need a bit of work. Hey look, I got one of those dumb turntable things every Warhammer YouTuber has. Now I just need a fog machine and RGB lighting to complete the set. Anyway, the reason I got this army is because I love flayed ones. After watching that one Midwinter Minis video about how to customize your Necrons to look like flayed ones, I've wanted to do that myself for the whole army. And well, I went a bit overboard adding 76 models to the pile. Actually, scratch that, 77. I almost forgot the gigantic Seraptic heavy construct from Forge World that's larger than an Imperial Knight, but it only counts as 1, so the total is now 142 models. We've already passed what most people consider a pile of shame to be a problem, and we haven't even reached the halfway point yet. Okay, I know people are going to ask, and no, I don't have a baby. This is the box the army came in from eBay. I wonder why they sold it. This army was much more of a impulse buy. It was an absolutely insane deal that nobody was going after. The pictures weren't great, so I'm guessing people just skipped over it without looking close enough. But it's about 2,000 points of Drukhari. Despite the age of these models, the Drukhari have a really cool lineup. I really like the Talos, Rakes, Incubi, and the Torture Boats, but the army as a whole really needs a refresh. Some of their lineup isn't even available to buy anymore. We shouldn't be getting a 12th Ultramarine captain when the Drukhari's model lineup is on life support. When hardcore Drukhari fans are recommending just 3D printing half the army, you know the situation is shit. Another 97 models get added to the pile for a total of 239. To compare how big that number really is, over the last 5 years I've been in the Warhammer hobby, I have only managed to paint 191 models total. In other words, about 38 models per year. So, if you're afraid you're a slow painter, just look at my numbers. Trust me, I'm far worse at this. At this point, the pile of shame has already overtaken my total painted miniatures. Would you believe we haven't even gotten to the worst piles yet? Also, if you've been enjoying this episode of Hoarders, consider subscribing. I'm trying to hit 10,000 subs by the end of the year. Thanks. A lot of the community doesn't like Tau, but I don't think anyone can deny their model lineup is awesome, in my opinion some of the best. I mean, look at the new Twinlance models coming out. Wait, $111? Armature Warglaves are cheaper! Well, I guess I'm skipping them, but yeah, I bought a secondhand army from eBay that had a lot of crisis suits, basic infantry, and a Riptide. I also bought this limited edition convention exclusive Kroot that was an absolute waste of money. It's literally a regular Kroot, but what's special about it is that it was 50 bucks. For the same price, I could have bought 10 Kroot instead. On another note, I kind of went all out on the Tau, especially the Forge World kits. I got these two I can't pronounce and the Remora drones, which were all moved to Legends, so yeah. Thanks, GW. Look, I don't care. These two are just becoming Riptides now. I'm gonna be that guy with 3 Riptides and wonder why no one wants to play with me. 105 models are added to the pile, bringing us up to a total of 344. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah, right, the Taunar Supremacy suit and the Tiger Shark. A piece of the Tiger Shark is so big you can use it as a blunt trauma weapon. 2 more are added to the pile. For new hobbyists watching this video, let this be a warning. Don't end up like me. Instead of putting all of your money into Forge World models or drugs, you should be doing the smart thing and throwing all of your life savings into Wall Street bets. Please do not do that. They have no idea what they're doing. Random bullshit round. 4 Chaos War Dogs, 10 Gene Stealers, 1 Vindicare Assassin, and 1 Imperial Knight. New total is 362. If you thought all of this was bad enough, it's time for the largest portion of the pile of shame. Once again, let me reiterate, I do not have a child. This was a completely different seller from the Drukhari one that just so happened to use a diaper box to store their army as well. This kid was lucky, he got the premium diapers. By far the largest army I have, an over 5,000 point Eldar army. It's the most complete army range I have, albeit a lot of the models are the older versions like these Fire Dragons and Reapers. But to tell you the truth, I actually like painting older models. I don't get as bothered about it as some people. It's fun to put a new coat of paint on an older model and breathe new life into it. These metal Banshee models are honestly cooler to me than the new plastic kit ones. They just have so much personality to the sculpts, I love it. It's why I really enjoy watching Casey from eBay Miniature Rescue. I will probably have to update the bases though on some of these guys, but I won't have to worry about that until the year 2035 when I get around to painting them. That's a future me's problem. This army of Eldar comes to 164 models, which means the final number is 526. Over 500 models. To put that into perspective, 45% of you said having 20 to 30 models is already a problem. I would be lying if I said this amount wasn't excessive. I've completely stopped buying new miniatures until I at least make a major dent into this pile of shame. Anyway, if you like this video, consider watching more of my dumb videos like this one here. Thanks for watching.